Just miss. Inserts,
Yeah.
then
Going to
picture
chart. In
chart.
chart, there is a pie over here.
Pie. Yes, huh. Okay.
And
Then
in this
2D pie.
pie, yeah,
2D
2D
pie.
pie, the very first
Okay.
one.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Right. Now, once you have this over here, people, you can see my chart is ready. But as I told you over here, we need to go to the design and take the last tile. Do you agree? This is what we have discussed already.
Yes, yes.
Last. Yeah.
Yeah. Then there is no grid lines over here coming up, but yes, you will be finding a ready-made legend in the bottom side. It is turning up. This is not
Yeah.
playing any role. That one you select and delete.
Yes.
And we know chart title, it has to be always in the right side. This is what we have already discussed.
Yeah.
Now coming to the pie chart over here. To make your pie chart more better, just right click on any of the pie. You got a option add data labels, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can see some data labels are appearing outside of the pie or some inside or everything is inside the pie could be the case, no issues. But ideally, the data labels, if are there outside of the pie area, the visibility will be more clear, isn't it?
Okay. Okay.
So select one of the data labels, select one of the data labels. All the data labels should be in selection.
Yes.
Right click upon that. You will be finding an option called Format Data Labels. Format Data Labels. And a
Yeah.
dialog box appears. You can see we have an option called Label Position. By default, it shows as best fit. Do you agree?
Yes.
Lib. Okay.
Best fit. Instead of that, go and change to outside end.
Okay.
So everything will be appearing outside of the pie.
Yeah.
Now, the first thing is make it bold. Control B, make it bold.
Okay.
If necessary, increase the font size a bit. I told you the keyboard shortcut to increase the font size. What is that immediately? Anybody?
Uh,
Alt
all
control.
Not
Alt
Alt,
con.
not Alt.
Control Shift and the greater than symbol or less than symbol.
control shift and greater than.
Simple.
Yes.
Control Shift and greater than symbol to increase and Control Shift less than symbol to decrease.
Decrease.
Now, stay focused, please. The moment we are working with our pie chart people, pie chart data labels cannot be ever expressed in numbers. It has to be always in percentage. So here there is a beautiful option. You can see percentage option. The checkbox is not enabled. Kindly enable this. Now, once your percentage is enabled, there is no roll of your value. So immediately above to the percentage value checkbox is there. Kindly deactivate that.
Yes, sir.
But having mere percentage alone leading to a lot of questions in the audience mind that which month that maroon color belongs to, blue color belongs to. So before they ask, provide those information. How? There is an option called category name above to the value. The checkbox is not enabled.
Yes.
Activate this. You will be finding the respective month-wise values also embedded in your data labels. But
Okay.
that is not giving a neat and clean look. It is overlapping with each other. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
So how to give a clean format so that it will be readable and people will love to read our data. See, there is a separator option over here, separator. In this, there is a dialog box over here that is a small drop down is there. And within that drop down, if you navigate, there is an option called space. And when
Yeah.
you click space with immediate effect, the entire data labels turned into a single line, along with the category and the percentage turned into a single line. Hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
all these things we have done, I believe we all are in equal page.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah.
Fine. Now I can close this window box, which is there. It is no more required. Now the chart is ready. Are you happy with your presentation?
Yes.
Good. What we did, anybody can do that. It's not something rocket science or extraordinary. We did it. And as I have been telling you, always try to make your presentation different from others to stand out of the crowd. So now the question is, when I'm presenting the same to the audience, how audience is going to be happy watching the same? I will tell you one thing, people, just focus. Whenever you have a pie chart, first identify which month we have got the maximum occupancy or which month we have got the maximum percentage. Kindly find out.
May.
May
May
month.
6th. May
May
month.
month. Very good. So May month is having the maximum percentage. Ideally, make a rule that, or always remember that, whichever the pie contains the maximum percentage, it has to be always aligned to the top left corner like this. Suppose say, if I'm talking about over here, I'll make it very simple. It should be facing like this. So technically, when November month is there, our May month has to be there.
Okay.
But how to bring it? See the beauty. Right click on any of the pie. Do you see an option called Format Data Series?
Yes, sir.
Click on that. Now here, can you see we have an option called in the right side, angle of first slice. One marker is there, one bar is there, right?
Yeah.
Now slightly move that marker in the bar. Can you see your pie chart starts rotating?
Yes. Yes.
And rotate your pie chart in such a way, as I told you, the angle, your May month should be facing in the top left diagonal option, somewhere around for 139 to 138 degree. You can see of angle of rotation, you'll be getting that. Okay, so how to rotate our pie chart, we got the basic understanding. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, close this window. Now, keep your cursor outside somewhere in a blank cell. Select one blank cell. And then go and select that May month pie. And when you select May month pie, can you see all the pies are in selection?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now again select May month pie. Can you see only May month pie is in selection?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Now, the way, I mean, the moment you order a pizza or you go to the Pizza Hut, dine the pizza, how do you take a slice out? Similarly, take the May month, hold it and drag it bit up like this and see the beautiful story. What's the story?
Yeah.
That from the entire year during the month of May, we got the maximum revenue. Anybody can make out?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
So this is how you can make your pie chart presentation better.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. So what is there we have learned in pie chart? Is it helpful to make your presentation
Yeah.
stand out of the crowd?
Yes. Yeah. Very much.
Very
Yes.
good. Very
Yeah. So this is how we are going to now discuss our benchmark chart. This is just for information. We are not going to discuss anything because sometimes you are going to face people creating such kind of charts. There is no such kind of benchmark chart in our chart category. So this is nothing but the other version of our target versus actuals or budget versus actuals or planned versus actuals. People coined the term called benchmark chart, but there is no such kind of chart called benchmark chart. Okay. This is just for information. I have kept it. So don't be expecting that, okay, if I be there in my latest version of Microsoft Excel, I will be getting that. No, even though if you're in 2021 Office 365 also, there is no such kind of chart called benchmark chart. Now, coming to our next automatic chart. What is the meaning by automatic chart? Is it something by looking at the data, I will be commanding to Excel, plot the graph, and Excel will recognize my voice and it will be plotting the graph? Is it something there called artificial intelligence? No. Automatic chart is something we'll prepare our chart only once in such a way. Whenever I go and upload my data, my chart will be plotting accordingly. I don't need to go and spend time repeatedly over there and doing the necessary formattings and doing the changes and wasting our time or duplication of work should be involved. So how to make it? Just see. Take a look, people. From our data, please delete from March to December. Select March to December and delete. Numbers will be varying for case to case. Don't worry, don't be panic.
Okay.
Now, 1 minute, just focus on my screen. No need to do anything. 1 minute on focus on my screen. I have selected my data. I have plotted a graph. My graph is plotting, no problem. But tomorrow, when I complete my business for the month of March, and if I plot my data, do you see my March month data is plotting inside the chart area?
No,
Yes.
no, no.
So
Sorry, no.
in in this case, what we do, we select our chart, then we realize that our data is not extended out to March month, right? And what we do, we take our mouse pointer and slightly we drag it like this. Then only the March month data is being populated. Nothing wrong. What we are doing is absolutely right or fine. But this task is recurring in nature. Tomorrow, if I complete April, again I have to enhance the range one cell down. So like that, now you can ask me a question. Why don't you take Prabha some anonymous range like this? If I take that, what is happening? It is going to create some empty space in my chart area.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Now audience will be asking question, Prabhas, why there are so many blanks? Can I say, sir, we are yet to complete our business or calendar year?
No.
Is this the right way to express your data? No, not at all.
No.
So now, what we have been doing that we have to stop doing it. Okay. Now, how to make it better? Just see. Select your data. Start working with me. First, convert your data into table by hitting what is the keyboard shortcut? I told you in day 2 and day 3 as well.
Control T.
What is the yes?
Control T.
Control T.
Control T.
Very good. Control T. T for tango, T for table. And the moment you click OK, data is converted into table. Now plot your graph. What is the shortcut?
Alt 1. Alt F1. Alt 1.
Alt F1, not Alt 1, Alt F1. And when you have the chart in place, what is the first thing?
Remove the grid lines and save the last
No,
one.
no. Remove grid lines is not the first option.
Last option. The design chart design
Yeah.
format. Design chart.
Yes. First change the style, then followed by grid lines removal. Always follow the same rhythm.
Yeah.
Then if you want to give the colorful impact, going to format data series, vary colors by point. Then if you want to make it informative, add data labels. Axis scale not required. Chart title you can apply in the center. Instead of that, we can put it across in the right side. So all these things we have discussed in our quick chart. Now see the beauty. Once you are done with this, suppose tomorrow I complete my business for the month of March. Just fill the month only for the timing. Don't fill the data, fill the month and see the beauty. Is it populating automatically in the chart area?
Yes.
So similar formatting is being applied in regular intervals also popping up, data labels also appending, everything is happening. I don't need to be worried about it. I only need to focus on my data entry. And see the beauty. If I need to present my quarterly information, I don't need to showcase the entire thing. I can go to the month. I can only show the current quarter, say April, May, and June over here. If I go and present it, so people can make out. So unwanted questions are not going to come up because I'm not showing the unwanted data. And I, with the limited time, I'm precisely presenting it. So this is how people, again, the benefit of converting your data into table. Did you get that?
Yes.
So a lot of benefits are there when you convert your data into table. All right. So this is called our automatic chart. Any doubt? Any queries?
Sir, how come he takes the amount automatically in the month of March and April?
Yeah, because there's a formula already there called rand between.
Okay, okay,
So
okay,
because
okay.
of that. So the same formula is getting replicated to the rest of the cells in the down.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so hope you got some basic understanding about the charts and graphs, people. Any doubt, any queries? Was it informative?
Benchmark, benchmark chart we didn't have.
Sorry, Vignesh.
So regarding the benchmark chart,
Uh-huh.
any explanation regarding
No, that was just
benchmark?
for information. We have not done any exercise on that. It is just for information that when you come across this kind of chart, people name it as a benchmark chart, but there is no such kind of chart called benchmark. If you want to learn how to create, I can tell you. Are you interested?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Same thing with just change of clusters.
No, I'm not getting Vignesh. What is that?
It's the same thing like previous one, just like
No, no,
changing the
no.
cluster column and
No. It is bit of slight difference is there. I'll tell you. See.
So sorry to interrupt. Before one question,
Uh-huh.
in the automatic chart, right? In automatic
Uh-huh.
chart, once you save, the numbers are getting changed. If you give control
Yeah.
yes,
Yes, that is because of rand between. Because
okay,
this formula default nature is each and every click the formula will be refreshed. So
uh,
everyone will be having a different number. My number will not be matching with yours. Your number will not be matching with the
correct.
other person because that is the default nature of rand between formula.
Okay. When we
Yes.
create such
But
kind of chart, that will not put formula, will just key the numbers only. So for the month.
Yes. Yes. So if
Oh,
you do not want the numbers to be changed, you can make it as copy paste special value.
yeah.
Numbers will no more be changing.
Got it. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
thanks.
All right. So, people, see, there is a benchmark chart how to create. There is a request from Vignesh. So let me take you through. See, this is the data we have. I can select. We know what is the shortcut to plot a graph. Alt F1. And when you go for it, you can notice the first thing we should do, going to design, take the last tile. And over here, going to the plus symbol, we can remove the grid lines. This is what we know. Now, what is the next thing you should do is right click upon the chart area, go for change chart type. And in the combo, if you see over here, this shows cells in clustered column. Let it be, no need to do any changes. Benchmark, it is showing line. Instead of line, you should choose line with markers. This is the only change you have to do. Now click OK. And when you do so, can you see our lines? It is turning up with some markers as well.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
So in this marker, I'll select one of the marker over here. All the markers are in selection, you can see.
Yes, sir.
Now I'll just right click on any of the marker. Right click on any of the marker. We'll be having an option called Format Data Series. And then in the dialog box, if you look at over here, just a minute.
Ala किती आला?
The first icon deals with our line. Okay. Within that line, it is showing by default automatic. Instead, go for no line. And when you choose no line, you can see from the line with markers, lines have been disappeared. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now there is an option called markers. Just next to the line, there is an option called marker. If you go and click marker, exactly below to marker, we have an option called marker options. And when you navigate, it also states as the status automatic. Instead, go for this built-in. And in this built-in, you can see the type it is showing a dot. Instead of dot, go for the drop down and choose a hyphen symbol out of this. And when you choose a hyphen symbol, then size it's showing 6. You can somewhere make 20 to 25, say 20 to 22. I make it. Hit enter. And immediately that becomes your benchmark. So as I told you, this is nothing but the other versions of your target versus actuals or budget versus actuals or planned versus actuals, right?
Okay, sir.
Right.
All right.
Fine. So any other doubts or queries, people? So I believe this 16 hours journey was a fruitful journey and good investment of time and money as well. You believe?
Yes. It is really working.
Sir,
Yes,
It's
sir.
really helpful.
sir, you have
Yes.
anything with like update like the latest formula which you tell like it's how the X lookup will work out and lambda will work out or any county or count if how this work out any samples you have not seen.
Sample is not required. That's what I told you. The
Okay.
sites, if you remember, the
Yeah,
sites I
yeah, yeah.
told you.
Yesterday it would be yes.
There you go. All these things, whatever you are looking for, all this information, you'll be getting it. Why we are not including our XLOOKUP over here? Because most of the people, they are working with their personal laptops. And personal laptop, unless until you have Office 365, you can't have XLOOKUP. That's why we do not include XLOOKUP in the training program. But whenever we go for the corporates, definitely we touch base not only XLOOKUP using the sort filter along with XLOOKUP, how to use this match function, filter with sorting function, unique functions. A lot many, we do cover all those in the corporate programs because that is a tailor-made and customized program depending upon the target audience. But this kind of public workshops, we have to always work with the limitations.
Regarding the project,
Yes, Vignesh?
regarding the document that you shared, the folder, there's a place called, there's a folder called, sorry, there's a file called multi-sheet analysis. Sheet, that's it.
Okay, okay, okay.
There's three separate sheets, say multi-sheet analysis.
No, that I am keeping it as a data set because see, we have to keep ready all the data sets. When you have some questions, like when you are attending 7 to 10 people one workshop, people will be having different doubts and queries. So I have to keep all the data ready. It's not mandatory or necessary that all the case studies has to be delivered in this 16 hours program,
Okay.
right? So those things actually, when you go for the again in Office 365, we have got a tool called Power Query. So when you want to use Power Query, being a non-programmer of Excel, how to use Power Query to consolidate multiple Excel sheets or multiple Excel files. Those things again we teach when everyone is having Office 365. And that is the reason why, if you remember day one, I told you, being an Excel user, you need to find out which version of Microsoft Excel you have. The only reason of taking down to understand whether each and everyone is having Office 365 or there is a mixed versions.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Right, right. Fine then. So any doubts or queries, if you have anything, you can ask me, people. No problem. So in